saw your name upon the wall today. It's been a while since I've been in this place. I saw your name upon the wall today, and I felt full of grace. I've been thinking about you today. I've been thinking about you.
I think it was leaving my parents, because my father, he was kind of a hard guy. He was a boxer, a semi-pro boxer, and I never saw him ever cry in my entire life, right? But when I was at the airport, I thought I seen a tear go down his eye. And he had ways of telling you different things that when you're a teenager, you kind of blow them off, and, you think, well, he don't know what he's talking about. But what he actually told me was, right before I left, he says, whatever you do, keep your head down. That was his last thing he told me, So he was right, though. When you're in the infantry, you can't, like stand up. When you get in a firefight, you got to stay down as low as you can. So, but he was, like I say, he was kind of a hard guy, and I did see a tear in his eye. So.
Oh yeah, my father and mother used to send what they call a care package, and inside is non-perishables, Kool-Aid mixes, to mix with the water, whatever Vienna sausages that wouldn't spoil. Oh yeah, that was like sending us a steak. And what we did especially on my armored personnel carrier, is we'd split it amongst the crew. There was 4 of us, and if I got one, we split it amongst the guy, and that's way. And my father would also send the copies of the Worcester newspaper, Telegram and Gazette. And that's how we got to know how misled the Americans were during this whole thing. I remember one time the headlines were, we have no troops in Cambodia. And then I looked at the guys beside me, I said, well, boy, we must be lost. Because I could have swore we crossed the Ho Chi Minh Trail about a day and a half ago. But yeah, they sent me a lot. They kind of kept me up to speed on what was going on around here, and how you doing, this and that. But it was nice, especially the Kool-Aid, Vienna sausage, stuff like that wouldn't spoil, because it took a long time to get a letter or a package over there. Nowadays, it's over there in 24 hours. Mm-hmm. But for us, you're talking probably a couple months. Probably the hardest thing, and it still bothers me to this day, and it's how I got myself in the frame of mind that I wasn't going to worry about here, is one of my drill sergeants from Fort Jackson, South Carolina, I ended up in the same unit as he was. Being airborne, there's only a few units that you go to, and that's how come we ended up. But he had just come back from a 30-day leave. His wife had a baby, and he was back in country, and 2 weeks after he got back, I had to go and identify the body, because I'm the one that knew him the most. And I actually couldn't identify the body, but I mean, not because I didn't go, because I just couldn't. There was nothing that, but anyways, that's what put me in my frame of mind, that I have to concentrate on what I'm doing over here, and I can't have any distractions. And it still bothers me to this day, so once you have the PTSD, that doesn't go away, so.
People that getting hurt, mm-hmm. or disappearing, or however, you get cold after a while and kind of callous, I guess, but it sticks with you. And I remember the first dead GI I saw, and I think about it constantly, and we're all so young over there, boy, and things happen so fast.
Yeah.
It was out of your control. Just do what you're told and do your job. It was just a job.
Well, the last 2 lines were the ones that were cut out of my little thing. But I don't believe we lost. I don't believe it. We signed a peace treaty. So how could you lose? If you're going to say anything, it's a draw. You know, if you're going to bring the point in of how many people they lost to us, there's no question we won. But it's not about body counts. It's about what the result is. And I think my feelings about that was, and it took time after Vietnam was over that you learned a lot of things about politics that got involved. We never should have lost 58,000 guys. If the politicians who were non-military would have kept their goddamn noses out of it, it wouldn't have gone on that far, you know. But they make decisions on people that have no idea what the military is about. Now, you learn this later. I'm not saying when I was there. I felt when I was there, I was doing what I should be doing. But when you learn about things after, and you're saying, my God, you know, we never would have had, why did we have to do that? But those are decisions that are way above our pay grade, you know, and I just think it cost this country a lot, you know. But we didn't, I refuse to say we lost. It was a peace treaty signed, that's it. And then we screwed that up too. Because we were supposed to supply, the Vietnamese couldn't handle it, even when we left, they weren't good on their own. There were some units that were pretty good, but we were supposed to, everything that they used, we were supposed to resupply them with. And when the new Senate and Congress came in, they cut the funding off. And all you got to do is read about it. Just came in like a swarm of bees, and the evacuation, all that. And now it's, go on the internet today. You'll see Bally's, you'll see nightclubs, everything. It's all communist, but it looks like Las Vegas. Yeah.
I was only married 11 days when I went into the service. And my first son was born when I was in Vietnam. And I didn't see him until I was 7 months old. He was 7 months old. That's the first time I saw my son. But when I found out that I was a father for the first time, I just looked up and said, I'm going home, standing up. And I did. I was lucky. I was one of the lucky ones.